that he was not gay. Now, my thing is this: if you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me like a fool.
Shannon Sharpe's ex-stylist just dropped a bombshell, straight up claiming that Shannon's been living a secret life this whole time. And just when it felt like things couldn't spiral any harder after that wild essay lawsuit, here comes a whole new storm. The lawsuit's already been lighting up the headlines for weeks. But now the stylist stepping in, saying this whole mess is part of some twisted Hollywood humiliation setup. Yep, he's out here posting bold receipts and throwing serious shade that could flip Shannon's clean-cut image upside down. And it ain't just small talk. He's saying Shannon was scrambling behind the scenes, trying hard to shut him up before the truth leaked out. Now the streets are buzzing, because if these claims hold even a little weight, it could be a full-blown scandal. And trust, this ain't the kind of drama that just fades away quietly. So what's really going down here? Did Shannon Sharpe actually try to silence his own male stylist? And could there be even more secrets hiding in the shadows? Let's break it down. The stylist causing all this heat is a dude named Russell Hollywood Simpson. Now here's where it gets juicy. When Russell first started working with Shannon, people were already whispering that there might be more than just fashion business going on between them. Fans were even speculating that Shannon might have been trying to low-key come out through this connection. The two of them were always together, like everywhere. And yeah, some folks do bring their stylist around often, but this just hit different. Making it even messier, Russell used to be romantically linked with ex-NFL player Kerry Rhodes. So once folks online caught wind of that history, they started connecting all kinds of dots, and Shannon, he was not here for any of it. That talk about his sexuality blew up real quick. On top of that, those long-running rumors about him being on the DL and living a secret double life started swirling again. And let's not forget, people always said he kind of looked like Miss Netta, which just added to the drama. Oh, and remember when Mike Epps chimed in and threw that shady comment, hinting that Shannon might be secretly into men? Wild. So check this. Mike Epps straight up says Shannon once invited him on Club Shay Shay, but he turned it down because of all the wild talk swirling around. He was like, "No, Medea, the dude is telling you." That one line alone had folks raising eyebrows. With all the buzz already floating around, hiring someone like Russell only made things way messier for Shannon. So what did he do? He switched gears and cut Russell off, but he didn't do it smooth. Nah, instead of ending things quietly, Shannon got slick and tried to play it like Russell was never really a big deal in the first place. Then boom, he brought back his old stylist, Shelly Davis, and started hyping her up.
And I get it. My stylist, Hollywood, he was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelly. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside.
Right.
I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LV jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together. And I told him, I said, Hollywood, I said, bro, I think you did an unbelievable job. I said, but I'm gonna go back to Shelly because it's hurting her because she had been through anybody that knows me know I'm loyal.
As the mastermind behind his whole new look, gave her all the shine, calling her the real talent behind his style. Fans were quick to clock what was really going on. It looked like Shannon was trying hard to clean up the image and kill off those rumors, but the way he kept over-explaining, it just made people talk even more. Of course, Russell wasn't about to just let that slide. He was heated after getting dropped, and while Shannon might have thought cutting him off would calm the gossip, it backfired fast. Instead of fading into the background, Russell looked ready to air everything out. At first, he played it slick. He didn't come out throwing punches. He started slow, dropping little clues, clips, and receipts, showing he was actually the one styling Shannon from head to toe. He even posted a video on his Insta with a not-so-subtle caption, "Let's be clear, ain't nobody touching this game." That had people talking. What made it even messier? Shannon had been singing Russell's praises before, both online and behind the scenes. But once the whispers about his private life started getting loud, it's like he wanted everyone to forget he even knew Russell. All that to keep up this straight man image. Fans weren't buying it. And just when things couldn't get any more off the rails, Shannon hit us with the wildest twist yet. In September 2024, he accidentally streamed an audio clip on Instagram of what sounded like an intimate moment. Yeah, it was that real, remember that moment with Michelle? Yeah, that audio was anything but low-key. It was way too grown for the timeline, and let's just say there was no mistaking that something intimate was going down. Neither Shannon nor the mystery woman ever showed their faces, and just like that, the live stream vanished as fast as it popped up. But you already know, people were quick to hit record before it disappeared, and the internet ran wild with it. The comment sections were on fire. But Shannon? He wasn't staying quiet. He jumped online quick to try and clean things up, blaming the whole mess on, wait for it, hackers. He posted a warning like, "Beware." My Instagram was hacked this morning. My team and I are working vigorously to figure this out. Real official sounding, right? But come on, folks weren't buying that story at all. It sounded more like a scramble move than a solid excuse. And sure enough, Shannon ended up deleting the post, probably realizing the internet wasn't falling for it. Later on, he finally addressed the whole mess on his Nightcap episode. But by then, the damage was already done. Shannon finally came clean and told his side of the story. He claimed that whole Instagram live mess, just one big clumsy accident. According to him, he tossed his phone onto the bed without realizing it had gone live, right before things got real private. Instead of keeping that moment behind closed doors like most folks would, it accidentally got broadcast for the world to hear. Frustrated and clearly embarrassed, Shannon also took time to shut down the talk that he planned the whole thing for attention. He swore up and down it wasn't staged and said it wasn't some calculated PR stunt. It was just a straight up mistake. Nothing more, nothing less. But here's the thing, people weren't buying it. Like, come on, going live on Instagram ain't that simple. You gotta tap a few things first. So how do you accidentally press all that just by tossing your phone on the bed? Fans were calling it out left and right, saying the whole accident excuse just didn't add up. A lot of folks weren't buying Shannon's accident story at all. They felt like he was just scrambling to cover his tracks, and soon enough, new rumors started flying. Some people were saying the whole live stream wasn't an accident, but a setup. Like maybe Shannon staged the whole thing just to shut down all that non-stop talk about his sexuality. Others were convinced it was damage control, like he dropped that clip to get ahead of a much bigger story that was about to break. Either way, people were not letting it slide. That audio, it didn't exactly help his case. The way he said, "Ooh, Michelle," had fans doing double takes. It sounded off, almost like he was forcing it or putting on a whole act. It didn't feel natural, and you already know how fast the internet picks up on weird vibes. The way Shannon handled it after only added more fuel. If it really was just a simple mistake, why blow it up into such a big production? And then there's this random mystery woman, Michelle. Her name popped up out of nowhere, and Shannon's explanation didn't make anything clearer. He said it was his assistant, Jordan, who shut the live stream down. But that only made it more suspicious. Like, who even is Michelle? Like, let's be real. If Shannon's assistant, Jordan, could jump in and shut down the stream, why couldn't he have been the one to start it too? That detail had people side-eyeing hard. Things just weren't adding up, and folks started thinking Shannon was dodging the full truth. Then it got even messier when Russell made it clear he wasn't about to let Shannon skate by lying to the public. He started posting cryptic messages on Instagram that had everyone questioning Shannon's whole version of events. One of his stories read, "I love my private life, but you may see a little bit, but you won't see much. I'll tell you that." And then he added, "The hardest thing I ever had to do was shut the F up." That had people buzzing, But Russell didn't stay subtle for long. He finally snapped and called Shannon out directly. No more hints. He dropped a post straight up calling Shannon's accidental live story fake. He wrote, "Accidentally going live? When you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice and hit the button? That's absolutely insanely impossible." Boom. He was basically yelling without using caps. It was clear he wanted to spill everything, but was still trying to play it smart. In another post, he teased, "So much I want to say, but nah," with a caption that read, "I'll wait till the right time." And the most chilling line, "I know how Shannon operates, and I wouldn't put it past him to plan something like this." He wasn't just stirring the pot, he was letting folks know the mess was deeper than anyone thought. Let's not forget, Russell's the same dude who exposed NFL star Kerry Rhodes for being on the low. So when he starts dropping hints about somebody else possibly hiding something, people listen. That's why folks were side-eyeing hard when he never fully aired out Shannon's situation. And some fans believe it wasn't because Russell got cold feet. It's because Shannon may have stepped in and shut it all down. Even after cutting ties, word is that Shannon kept a close watch on Russell, paranoid he might spill something serious. And when that whole public smear attempt didn't work, he allegedly switched tactics. According to the whispers, Bravo had offered Russell, aka Hollywood, a spot on a reality show. But guess what? Shannon allegedly made sure that opportunity disappeared before it even got off the ground. According to Media Takeout, Russell's team told Tasha K that Shannon's been pulling strings hard to block him from showing up on TV. And now with Shannon caught up in a fresh new lawsuit, best believe Russell ain't backing down. He's still out here tossing shade with those slick Instagram posts, dropping just enough to keep fans guessing but not quite enough to close the case. Yet, Russell didn't just throw shade, he straight up hinted that he used to be the one keeping Shannon's skeletons buried. He made it sound like he was Shannon's personal fixer, handler, like some real-life Olivia Pope situation. He posted, "See, when I was around, you never heard a single word. I had everything so organized." Whew, that's a bold claim. And yep, things are spiraling because Russell's post cracked open a whole new can of worms, and it's crazy. Now, Shannon's former bodyguard, who goes by the name Saka Zumba, just popped out with even more tea. He claims Shannon was allegedly hitting up Diddy's wild invite-only parties, and that he even met his current partner at one of those infamous freak-off events. Here's where it gets even messier. We don't even know who the partner is. Some say it might be the same Jane Doe who's suing Shannon for $50 million, while others think it could be someone new he started seeing after that relationship fell apart. Either way, the timeline is looking real suspicious, but Saka didn't stop with just talk. He's claiming he's got footage of Shannon showing up at one of Diddy's legendary parties. Yeah, those same parties that have been surrounded by whispers, mystery, and side eyes for years. And just when you think that's the end of it, Saka's not done yet. He's hinting there's even more coming. Saka didn't stop with just party talk. He dropped a major bomb, claiming Shannon might actually be bi, but it gets way darker than that. He went as far as accusing Shannon of some seriously shady behavior at those secret Hollywood parties, including allegedly being with a girl who was underage at the time. To turn the heat all the way up, a tweet from an account called FNDA lit up the timeline saying that Ninja Shannon met his 304 at a Diddy party when she was 17. Watch Cat back and you'll understand. And if you know, 304 is code for something grown and not in a good way. The tweet also threw in Cat Williams' name, which instantly raised eyebrows since Cat's already been known for calling out some deep shady stuff in Hollywood. But get this, the tweet vanished real quick, deleted like it never existed. But let's be honest, once something hits the internet, it's never truly gone. Screenshots started flooding in and that tweet went viral fast. The timing was way too slick to ignore, especially since Shannon had just announced he was stepping back from ESPN until NFL preseason. Now the streets are buzzing and people are giving this whole situation a serious side eye. Like, what's really going on behind closed doors? Let's not act like this is something new. This ain't the first time a celebrity bodyguard pulled the curtain back on the chaos that supposedly goes down at Diddy's infamous parties. Hollywood's been whispering for years. These bodyguards, they're not just there to keep people safe. They see everything. Another former bodyguard known as Big Homie CC, who used to work security for Jamie Foxx, even spoke out publicly about the madness he witnessed. According to him, it was wild, grown men running around completely naked at those get-togethers. So when Saka Zumba comes forward with tea about Shannon, it's messy, yeah, but not all that shocking if you've been keeping your ears open. But here's where the story completely goes off the rails. The most explosive claim, that Shannon Sharpe allegedly got involved with a 17-year-old girl at one of those Diddy parties. That's the part that has folks truly shaken. It's not just rumors and shade anymore. It's starting to sound like something serious might have gone down behind those velvet ropes. Let's not forget, Shannon has always been real loud about denying any connection to those kinds of scenes. He even told Kai Cenat in an interview that he wasn't famous enough to get invited to one of Diddy's parties. Like seriously, bro played it off like he had no business anywhere near that world. But now with his own former bodyguard leaking info, that whole story's looking real shaky. People online are pulling up receipts, piecing together old clips, and straight up calling out all the contradictions. It's getting messy fast. But wait, that's not where it ends. Another wild theory is now spreading through the timeline, and it's got folks talking. Some fans are convinced that this whole chaotic mess might actually be part of a humiliation ritual. If you don't know, a humiliation ritual is allegedly a private or public moment meant to publicly embarrass or disgrace someone, especially in front of the masses. And here's the kicker. These rituals are supposedly followed by massive success. Like after the storm, celebs come out bigger than ever and start raking in serious cash. And when you really look at the timing of everything going on with Shannon, it's starting to make some people wonder if this is all part of something way deeper than just a scandal. Now here's where things get even crazier. Shannon's been in talks to lock down a $100 million deal for his Club Shay Shay podcast. Yeah, more than he made during his whole NFL career. That's huge. But right when the bag was about to drop, boom, a lawsuit hit him like a truck. Out of nowhere, a woman came forward accusing Shannon of some serious stuff. In the lawsuit, she claims he manipulated and controlled her, and it gets way darker. She's accusing him of allegedly SA and SSAing her from behind on 2 separate occasions, once in October 2024 and again in January 2025, even as she cried and begged him to stop. She says they originally met at a gym in LA and were in what she described as a consensual relationship for 2 years. But according to her, things turned ugly. She says Shannon started acting aggressive, threatening her when she tried to share her location with friends, like she feared for her safety. It didn't stop there. She also alleges that Shannon insisted on filming their private moments, sometimes without her even knowing. And those videos, she claims they weren't just for him. According to her, Shannon showed those clips to his friends multiple times. This lawsuit is stacked with disturbing claims. And the timing coming just as Shannon's about to level up financially, that's got people wondering what really is going on behind all this noise. Shannon Sharpe isn't staying silent. He's firing back hard. In a bold statement, his legal team is calling the $50 million lawsuit a straight-up shakedown, accusing the accuser of trying to extort him with a heavily edited video that twists a consensual moment into something it wasn't. Sharpe's attorney, Lanny J. Davis, didn't hold back. He claimed the woman, identified as Gabriela Zuniga, secretly recorded an intimate encounter and then used that footage to demand a massive payout. According to Davis, the video was chopped up and taken completely out of context, making it look like something sinister when it was actually part of a consensual relationship that included role-playing and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Zuniga. To prove their point, Sharpe's team released a series of explicit text messages allegedly sent by Zuniga. These messages, filled with graphic language and requests, paint a picture of a relationship that was anything but one-sided. In one message, she reportedly wrote, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're intimate with me." Another read, "That's my daddy. I want you to put a big black baby in me." Sharpe's camp is standing firm, denying all allegations of coercion or misconduct. They're not just defending, they're going on the offensive, planning to countersue for defamation. Sharpe himself has labeled the lawsuit as an egregious attempt at blackmail and is determined to clear his name through the legal system. This battle is far from over, and with both sides digging in, it's clear that the courtroom drama is just beginning. Shannon's not backing down. He says he's standing 10 toes down on the truth and is ready to fight these accusations with everything he's got. His team says he's looking forward to clearing his name through due process, letting the facts and the law speak for themselves in court. But let's be real. With all this madness, folks online are saying it's giving humiliation ritual vibes for sure. And with a $100 million payday on the line, it wouldn't be that shocking if someone agreed to play the game. Now I gotta know what y'all think. Was this all just one giant setup, or is there more smoke hiding behind this fire? Sound off in the comments and peep that next video for even more tea.